Right, welcome ladies and gents. Another day, another nonsense interview from Leslie Headland, the showrunner of Star Wars The Acolyte. Yes, now this interview, she reveals that she has hired writers that have, and I quote, literally never seen Star Wars. Why would you do that? Why would you also tell that? Why would you be happy with that? And thus reveals to us why, instantly, even in the trailer, it breaks canon. Why this entire show breaks canon. And yeah, this is much maligned and hated by pretty much everyone involved, everyone that has watched it, everyone tangentially around it. It is, yeah, pretty universally hated. Let's get an update, shall we, on the like to dislike ratio. I think we should, if I can just get this thing to bloody stop playing. Right, here we go. Oh, ladies and gents, how many dislikes does it have now? 417,000. You should really all install the YouTube, bring back YouTube dislike plugin. It's brilliant. It makes me laugh quite a lot. And there's no positive comments here. This is all negative. I'm really surprised that Disney has not turned the comments off yet. I'm really surprised. 417,000 dislikes, almost 500,000. Crazy. But you know, with fantastic interviews like this, I mean, why would they not? How could you not love it? So the writer-producer says the series is set 100 years before The Phantom Menace will have a Rashomon-like quality to its story. 100 years before The Phantom Menace. Didn't Mace Windu in The Phantom Menace, didn't he say something about the Sith coming around and they'd not been seen for like a millennia? A millennia is more than 100 years for those that didn't know. Anyway, this interview is hilarious and hilariously dogshit. So, Star Wars The Acolyte creator Leslie Headland, who also I'm really surprised, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Why is Disney letting her talk? Because there is a certain court case for her former boss that is coming up. You know, Harvey Weinstein. She was the personal assistant of Harvey Weinstein during his casting couch era days. So surely, yeah, surely you wouldn't want negative... You wouldn't want her name to be around that much. But, you know, Disney does have a habit of hiring groomers and stuff, so who knows. Anyway, so Leslie Headland is currently putting the finishing touches on a 4-year journey that started with Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy buying her overall series pitch in the room. At the time, her hook was Frozen meets Kill Bill. What? So Star Wars The Acolyte is Frozen meets Kill Bill? What the piss? And now, the first trailer provides a few more of the puzzle pieces. Set a century before Star Wars The Phantom Menace, Amandla Stenberg's mysterious character appears to be hunting Jedi during a time of peace near the end of the High Republic era. So, blah blah blah. Who cares about this? Let's just scroll down. Right, let's see this nonsense. One thing to know about the show is that we've been talking about it as a mystery thriller. It is a serialized story, so each episode gives you more information about the story. We were obviously influenced by samurai films and wuxia films, but also the films like Rashomon, bloody language today, where you see one story and then you see it done a different way. So what separates Star Wars The Acolyte from some of the other Star Wars series is that it is produced by a moron that has no idea. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that. Is from other Star Wars series is that it's told in that particular way. Who cares? So apparently Jung Jai and Stenberg's characters have a history, and so Headland adds that both parties will offer their points of view on their shared conflict. This sounds lame. You definitely get the point of view of the Jedi, especially in terms of Amandla's character and trying to stop her and hunt her down. But you also get enough of Amandla's character's perspective that you can also see how both of them exist simultaneously. So, no right or wrong, basically. Great. Cool. So she also talks about bloody Rian Johnson, somehow. So I love Rian. He was the first director I ever watched work. So getting to see him work on that show was, oh my god, it's just a dream. He was so kind and so quiet, and yet he was so clear about what he wanted. He never seemed stressed out, and I wish I was more like him. It's like the patron scent of calm directors. Anyway, so here's some more nonsense about the Acolyte, just as an FYI. Congrats on Star Wars The Acolyte. It's impending doom. Where are you in post at the moment? So they're doing ADR because of actor strikes and stuff like that. All of that's been approved and delivered. Basically, it's all done, essentially. What's the Cliff Notes version of your way onto this project? The Cliff Notes version is that I love Star Wars. I absolutely adore it. And as soon as Russian Doll came out, I was like, I'm calling Lucasfilm. That's where I want to work. That's who I want to bribe next, or blackmail next. So I pitched them. My elevator pitch was Frozen meets Kill Bill, which I said at Star Wars Celebration. And I went through what I believed would be a rough Season 1 outline and then an overall series Bible, essentially. And Kathleen Kennedy bought it in the room and said, I love it. I want to start working on it. And we did. We did a lot of development on the scripts. We did a really great writer's room. It took a while to get prep going because these are such huge projects and we did a lot of our stuff practically in London. We didn't use the volume at all. So it was a lot of prepping for the show. And then the shoot went really smoothly. Actually, it was long and there was, as you can see from the trailer, a lot of martial arts. So we had an incredible stunt team that did some incredible writer work. Talent did a lot of their own action. A lot of them had either done it before, like Carrie-Anne Moss, Lee Jung-jae, Daphne Keane, and then Mandela Stenberg just threw herself into the training, did incredible work. Blah, 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 blah. You have to slow down. Blah, 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 blah. So it takes place towards the end of the High Republic, 100 years before Phantom Menace. Now I'm presuming Amanda Stenberg is playing the title character, but can it be said that her character is an acolyte of the Sith, the Jedi, or is it open to interpretation? It's open to interpretation at this time. It's not. But you will discover it when you're watching the show. It will be revealed. One thing to know about the show is that we've been talking about it as a mystery thriller. It just sounds so lame. So lame. There's nothing too interested about this here either. Let me just scroll down. Fan service is always a complicated subject in Star Wars. Some people want to see as many familiar faces as possible. And while others prefer uncharted territory, by taking place a century before the Phantom Menace, does that inherently mean that the show won't be loaded with cameos? That's right. But for example, you will see a little bit of Venestra Rowe from the High Republic novels, so not really a cameo, is it? She ends up being the live action for the first time, so that's definitely a cameo for that audience. I would say you see a lot of cameos of alien species that are, well, where's bloody Yoda? Yoda should be in this. Like, should be. Oh, it's that guy from that movie, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of stuff from the EU that I got to utilise. Yeah, that stuff that Lucasfilm said was not canon anymore. So if you're a fan, there will be species that you might recognise. There are also certain narrative elements. Basically, there are enough Easter eggs if you're a fan of the original trilogy, the prequels, or the Clone Wars, and then there's some EU sprinkled in, so you could definitely watch this series without knowing anything about Star Wars. That's probably best, to be fair. If you don't know anything, watch the series. Talks about like Tony Gilroy and things like that, which is fine. But she also says about the writer's room. So I thought, so here it is. So I thought you made a wise choice by having a varied writer's room with fans of different eras and then someone who never flocked to it at all. Yeah, I just thought it would be good to have the perspective of a person that had literally never seen Star Wars until she was in the room. And she said to me, why do you want me in this room? I've never seen Star Wars. I have no idea. I think there's a dog in it. But I don't know anything. So, sorry, this person thought there was a dog in Star Wars? What? Anyway, her response was, first of all, you're an incredible writer. But that's why I want you here. I want you to be questioning narrative. I don't want myself, who's a lifelong fan, to just be relying on... How are you a fan if you're breaking canon? References in order to create emotional beats. I want those emotional beats to be earned and checked by someone that isn't super familiar with it. And it was really funny because she finally watched the original trilogy over that Christmas. She watched the prequels too, but she kept texting me and was like, Luke, Vader, all those things that we've known forever were blowing her mind. She was like, Luke and Leia are brother and sister? What the F? She was writing all of these things to me and I just thought it was so fun. This person's a moron. This person's absolutely dumb. Yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that, and I look forward to seeing what you have in store. This is all crap. I hate this. This is all crap. Anyway, there you go. So, hired writers that had never even worked on Star Wars. Just absolute nonsense after absolute nonsense. Blurring the lines. What do you think? Thoughts down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.